Hey, I'm Tasha. This is Tasha Pivots, and today we are going to be doing the African American United States history update. All right, y'all. So I've been working hard. I took a break from my last video I shared with you guys, where it was the part 2 for our U.S. history with the perspective of African American. From the time of the beginning of how we were founded as our country, as well as all the way as much as I can to date for my second grader. And so in that last video, which I'll put up right here, you can kind of see some of the books and supplemental reading that we've added, a slight little mini introduction to how I was building out the interactive journal. And I have just been in deep dive of research and truly enjoying just looking up all of these things that I really truly did not know about. And that in a way breaks my heart and almost makes me really emotional that even though I thought like I knew some things, I really didn't know anything about our history, and not just like during slavery time, but like even just in the in-between times in the early 1900s, and being able to just kind of be a kid again and just really just diving into the music and the news and how our Black writers created articles so that we would understand and hear about what was happening in our lives. And so today I wanted to show you some things that I've added to our lesson. We are starting, when this video goes up, we have already started, but I am just, man, I'm so excited for the ride. And I recognize that at first I was going to do like a whole complete unit study so you guys can see from beginning to end and that's it. But I don't think there's an ending to this. This is going to continue to grow, and it's going to become almost like Zoe's encyclopedia of African American history in the United States. And I just can't wait for her to just continue to just blossom and grow and have the privilege and the honor to know her history and know it from the eyes and the perspective of her ancestors. And so I wanted to show you guys some of the things. So I'm going to get started because I'll just talk. I'll show you some books that I've added to it, just a few, not a whole lot. If you're new to my channel, again, you want to check that out. This is the book that we are basing our unit study on. This is The Heart and Soul by Kadir Nelson. He's the writer and illustrator, artist, painter of this book, and it is gorgeous. Literally buying my own copy to have for my own archives. This will be just for the kids. I also I went thrift shopping and I found the narrative of Sandra Truth, and just the admiring her and who she was. It's going to be a read aloud because there's no pictures really in here. It's very short, little book, but it's filled with so much history. And so we are going to be reading this as she was a slave in 1797. I also was having a hard time. So when I was showing you guys my interactive journal in the beginning, I was talking about how we're going to go through all the different battles and the wars, and how I automatically noticed, besides that book that we're using, I couldn't find anywhere books of Black soldiers, like until the Civil War. I didn't find anything during the American Revolution until I just kept digging, and I found this beautiful book right here. This is the Black Heroes of the American Revolution. And I'm just so excited. This is actually for like ages 10 and up. So I will be treading lightly with this book and kind of just picking out nuggets to share with my daughter until she gets older. But if your child is, a little bit older than mine, is probably in the 4th grade, or even 3rd grade, and is a little bit more advanced, and you're looking for a book that is going to talk about the American Revolution from a Black perspective and the soldiers and heroes from that time, this is a great find. I found this, and I'll put all of these things in the link below. I also picked up, I went ahead and ordered some more things online through like Teachers Pay Teachers and those different things, because I love that. I want to, again, always put my dollar towards teachers and educators and real people behind these wonderful curriculums, but it be tangible and flexible that I can add to our curriculum. And so as we are doing everything from a Black perspective, but we're still going to have some geography. We've already started on our 50 United States. Zoe started coloring her little book. I printed these and then had them bound. So in here, we did Idaho first, which was or not Idaho, I'm so sorry. We did Delaware first. And we did our geography lesson on this. I have a couple of resource books that we're using for that. You can also see that in my first video, or my part 2 of our African American history. And we just, learned about the state, the color, the flower, and she gets to color and write some facts that she learned. And it just covers, I put them in sequence as to when they were founded. So we did that. And then I also was like, I can't do the states without doing the presidents. And so I have the United States presidents, and we are going to take, obviously in our first opening of our interactive journal, we're learning about George Washington. But again, this will be, a little reminder for her by the end of the week of like, okay, so you remember learning about this president. I want you to tell me what you remember about that and the certain dates and things. And, I'll help her along the way, but it has all of our presidents, even the current one. And it even has a space for the one to come, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's going to be part of our geography connected with this unit study, and will continue to grow. And then I wanted to show you guys a little update. Oh, I have one more. I found this as a steal in those little cell bins. This is the Big History. It's a DK. Big History examines our past, examines our present, and imagines our future. It is a lovely like encyclopedia style book, just talking about mankind, how it evolved from time, hunters, gatherers, and it's overall like our entire existence as a human race and just agriculture, everything. And I thought it was a cool resource book. So this was added to our resources. And I got it, I still have the sticker on it. I got it for $10. And it's like, I believe like a $40 book. So I thought that was pretty cool. But here's her interactive journal. And I'm not going to do a more flat down look through unless you guys would like to, and I can figure out a way to add that in. But I'm just going to flip through the pages this way. So this is her interactive journal. Again, I made her cover and put it on a journal, and I'll link the journal below. It allows me to just have enough space for already pre-lined paper for her to write, but also a section if she wanted to draw something or if the assignment asked for that. We have a timeline here, which will have multiple timeline sections because we are literally starting from the beginning of the existence of United States all the way until today. Again, like I was saying, we have a whole section on learning about George Washington, the Declaration of Independence, our power words. We will always have our power words. And then we'll talk a little bit about Native Americans. I do want to take some time to eventually come to that where we really engulf in that. And I would love to we're very close, not too far. I wouldn't say very close, but we're not too far to travel through New Mexico and those things. So we will be doing that. So I have like a whole Native American unit study here that we will it's a mini unit that we'll do some spotlight vocabulary, Civil War, slavery, just small words to slowly introduce her to some things. And then, of course, I shared we're doing a whole study on Miss Harriet Tubman and just some vocabulary words here. Again, this is an interactive journal. So she's going to be able to do projects in here and then keep it. It's a keepsake. It just keeps building. This one, we've got our good old Abe Lincoln, and we're going to talk about him and on the bill and going through all the facts and things of what is all these symbols and things mean. So that's going to be fun. The Battle of Gettysburg. This is new. I didn't get to show this that much. In the last video, I was still building. So then I was talking about how we were going to learn hymns. And so each week we'll learn a new hymn or song. And one of the things I looked up, like spiritual Negro soldier hymns and the amendment to the Constitution and a soldier's life, and just showing. So usually this would typically be for more based around white culture, but for us, I want to show her the North and the South, and what did that look like even in the African American perspective as a soldier. And we'll keep diving into that even more, where I found this cute, wonderful illustration of some African American soldiers that she's going to do. And then we're going to do a letter. She's going to write a letter to a soldier during that time, and just a letter of hope and encouragement. And then I found, this was super fun for me. This was something I didn't even know about, which is the Chicago Defenders, which was the first African-American published newspaper that would let us know about our history or what was happening in those times, and publicize the events that were happening to us as a people. And so I'm going to be doing a huge focus on this, because this is actually within that chapter, one of the chapters we're reading. And so this is going to be where Zoe's going to write her own newspaper article. And that's what this is that I have folded in here. I will just, I found this really cool template, and show you guys that. Thought that was really cool. So she will do that. We will also be doing a field trip to the post office, and she's going to be collecting some African American heritage stamps. Has one, because we did it in her her science, Black Women in Science study for Betsy Coleman, but I really want to just collect as many as we can, have her explain her experience there. Then we're going to do a whole jazz segment. And that also was covered in one of the chapters of just when the Harlem Renaissance was starting, and we're going to dive into that. And I've been blessed enough to collect records over time, and I've been collecting records before my kids were even born. I just am a huge history junkie, and of music and time and all those things. And so these are coming right into place. I have some records here. So we're going to do a whole study on Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington, and I even have some Belafonte. And so we will be playing these songs in these beautiful notes as we are studying our history. And so I'm excited for that, as Zoe is a piano player, and she's been studying for the last 9 months, and she's growing, she's learning notes. And so I was like, there's no way I can go past the history of our music, because it really catapults everything, all the way from our old church hymns, singing it, to all the way to now, and what we listen to and how it affects us, how we respond to it. And so we will be having a huge music fluidity coming through our unit study, and letting it be a part of us, and bringing us to that time. So it's all about the setting and the environment for us when we're building this unit study. And then I have also Booker T. Washington. So again, with this interactive journal here, that's coming off, so I got to glue that on. But anyway, you can kind of see how I did that. So it's glued on, and then it has the flaps for her to answer the questions. And then I have a beautiful quote here from Booker T. Washington, and we'll just, study that. And we may even take a trip to go check out that university if we can, depending on where we are at that time. Again, this unit study is going to be about 4 months long. That's my primary time to where we're at right now, but I'm thinking it's not even just a unit study. It is a curriculum, and I am still figuring out how do I build it out so that it could be resourceful for those who may be interested. If you're interested in wanting to teach your child this maybe in January, and you want to know how you can kind of build upon this, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to share with you on this journey, and also just help you, give you what I've been given. And if you guys have any questions, or you have some thoughts, or some people that you think, oh, are you going to cover this? And, just want more updates on this, please leave it down there in the comments, or even email me. All of my information is in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a warm thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.